a big gift. Announcement by the EC chairperson, Jane Mensah. People have how excited they are for John Dramani Mahama being announced the president-elect for this country. We realize that John Dramani Mahama attaining 6 million or over 6 million votes is something that the people are excited about. And I just want to engage a few of them. How happy are you?
I'm happy. Yes. I'm happy because John Dramani have come to change the election. What we want is this. Since 2018 up to now, I can't.
You people, are you not happy?
Nana Akufo-Addo, for now, Nana Akufo-Addo cannot say he's the only president who have the biggest winning margin. And development is coming as soon as possible when JM is swearing into office. Straightforward. We are going to work.
Victory. We are enjoying ISU weather here. We are enjoying the weather. The weather here is very nice. We are happy JM is in power. We are waiting for the ISU. We are Mizu.
All right, so Chairman, wow, you seem not to be excited.
Actually, I'm very, very happy. Over happy, but why I did that is because of the tiredness. You know, we did it. When you see my face, you may think I'm not happy, but I'm really, really happy more than any other body. So we are happy because we have had at the end of the election now, hoping that we are going to. So if you can see me, we are now meditating how to be able to answer the Ghanaians' prayer, whatever Ghana has done, because. That is the confidence level that they have voted for us. So we need to also do our best to follow our manifestos, whatever we are going to do that they think we should do for them. We are not going to disappoint Ghanaians because we have seen the effects. And because of that, when we are sworn in, we are going to do everything best to make Ghanaians happy so that come 4 years, they won't be...
All right. Tell me, how are you happy?
And it has come to pass. Yes.
All right. So
because our father JM has come. And he's going to... that he has given out. We know he will fulfill them. And Ghanaians will all be happy. And that is why we are happy.
All right. Supporters to make sure to work with John Dramani Mahama to bring the needed to monitor the affairs into and bring up to speed.
Access to those a formula that was even going to be used to calculate the final results. Ask them whether they ever produced it. Or praising the commission for the fact that we have been ahead of the January 7. You know him. He's not somebody who is going to be influencing institutions to do his bidding. He is a democrat, and that is why institutional reform is also very, very critical.
Just final question for me, though. You've been in government before, and I know that from today the transition teams will begin to work. What do we expect from the MPP now that they have days, weeks to leave office? What do we expect them to do before the NDC take over?
We expect that the MPP will recognize that, look, over 1 million gap is a repudiation of the Akufo-Addo-Bawumia MPP government. That being the case, we expect them to, if they have not finalized their handing over notes, finalize them. And in finalizing handing over notes, there is a reason this period is called a transition period. We do not expect them to be unnecessarily, incurring expenditures or signing contracts that will be binding the incoming John Dramani Mahama, Nana Joe Akufo-Addo government. And we also expect financial institutions not to be honoring such obligations that the government will be placing on them. We expect them to also ensure that just as we all stayed in the country for accountability purposes, President Mahama stayed in the country, I stayed in the country, ready and willing to account for our stewardship. We expect them to do same. Because Operation Recover All Youth will be a reality. It will not be a mirage. There are teeming unemployed youth who came out in their numbers and voted massively for President John Dramani Mahama. They can be rest assured that a 24-hour economy coming. Hope is here. Hope has been declared as the president-elect. Let's listen to them.
Was the Director of Elections of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, and we all know that this year's presidential election. Now we can see him having a chit chat with the chairperson of the Electoral Commission.
Dramani Mahama, the president-elect, who just declared, who the EC just declared as the official, Mr. Enyo Lechu, who happened to be a member of the policy, that's the manifesto, the 2024 Receptive Ghana Manifesto. Mr. Enyo Lechu, you are live on GBC News and on JTV. What does this mean of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. It means that food is going to be abundant in the country. You know, Mahama time, a bag of maize was around 100 cities. Now it's around almost 1,000 cities. So, Farmer Service Center. This is a time that Mahama is going to reduce farmers who are weeding by hose and cutlass and give tractors, planters and harvesters so that food can be produced in large quantity. Then the prices of... He said he's going to give us more. You have to take chicken as a farmer and grow it big. Poultry houses and allocate, put them in and feed them. The capital is not there. So you do agriculture zone, poultry production. We build the structures, fence it nicely, incubators, everything. Give you the animals, give you the feed. Yours is only to use the manpower to take care of the birds. Within 3 months, the birds are ready. In agriculture, poultry, foodstuffs from Africa. Large scale, we grow all kinds of vegetables, doing massive job will be created. So these are some of the policies in terms of agriculture. And again, there's going to be community enterprise park, where your zone, bakery, this is your zone. Then you can, there you go here, quit, road construction, quit. All those things, and smaller industrial community parks for
So let's talk about the Ejuma Rap Pro 1,000 youth. That's the young men to now. This is the question many people have government has, like, there's no way that we can get out of this country, especially with the debt and everything. So how feasible it is that, where is he going to get that money to give to the youth, that the startup capital? How is he going to get that money?
Mama, 10,000 youth, to me, is too small. Because if you're on my table, I'm a landscape horticulturist. N1 highway, out the landscape designer. Focus interchange, Asukwa interchange, from now hospitals. I have a proposal over 2,000 cities every month as a net for themselves. So if mine, which will create 42,000 jobs, to add to what Mahama is saying, I mean, that is a drop in an ocean. So that 10,000 jobs Mahama is saying, it's just a small startup. He cannot put everything on the table at a go. So he must come forward first. First 2 years of Mahama are not going to be on any government payroll. Mahama is going to change landscape horticulture, which is going to, it's just a tip of it, what he's saying. But more of that, target 100,000 jobs within 2 years in agriculture, in horticulture, in agribusiness. And you see,
56 Mahama is unprecedented. What does he say? The victory margin say?
So I said, no country fair for Kwame Nkrumah and deliver. If he cannot deliver, and we shall surely deliver. We are going to see that.
We are along going for Tema Central since Sunday headway out of DC and MPP when it comes to the parliamentary result. So the collation center originally was at Chemu Senior High School, but because the quarters and they keep taking all the pink sheet, the expectations, but it was really short in this particular. Hello, disagreement is still happening here with regards to the parliamentary result. Both NPP, both the NPP and the NDC are not agreeing on the figures, and they are not agreeing on pink sheets that have been presented. It's been since Saturday, and the issue still remains. No, we want to speak to Honorable Hanabisu, the national, regards to what the expectation. Honorable, tell us what the issue and even tear gas original that they have. Okay, so only the MPP up to the collection center pink sheets, and they are pushing to the whatever in the taxing of this town.
Use this to show. They told the whole world that they were going to give every constituency 1 million. How people bought, and a lot of promises. They saw that they were all lies. So, and at that time, and that's why we said now we're come to reset the economy and build the Ghana that we want as a people. So we are going to do that with the good people of this country. So I'm very happy that we have been given
to be, because this is His Excellency that the current government campaign platform as this country can be back to its normal. How feasible it is? How is it?
In the first place, we are going to open up to the good people of this country. He said we will be having series of conferences to assess the real situation. We as a people of this country going to implement the credibility we have and make sure that the foundation we have built to rebuild this economy is solid. In fact, we'll have time and patience to go along with you to reset this country.
You are an educationist, a professor. Tell about the free SHS. His Excellency has promised that he's not going to cancel the free SHS to improve its implementation. Mentioned
the vision of this country, the butchers and they said we should come out with a free HSS. Mama, when we were in office, because when they won, they are minister of now they've messed up with the features because to build infrastructure, build office. What we are going to do is to open the space. Because the problem now is the system. Then when we're able to stop the double class system, so we'll create more space. We'll have only one track system. It's giving the feeding grants, not to that central system, but to the headmasters and the bases. So they'll be buying the food source from the local market. What this also means is that I buy from the local economy. Purchases. I tell you, it is soft.
Because people out there say, how?
And if we look at the amount of and all for the student loan system, so the second year now they are in. So it's a matter of being prudent in the use of our financial resources.
Thank you very much, Sir Joshua Alabi.
Yes, former Greater Party. As a
traffic because one lane is now a party lane. So I'm trying to go closer, but 96, this was in 1992, but since 19 has not been able to come, I can understand why they are today. So I'm now going to a few people. To talk to 1 minute. Great. Yes, great. Ukofiana. Adawo besa. Na adana ujaha. Edi gina tuwe gina ho. Adana weni ajisa. Yes, our boss. This is the count before the stop. Seeing with your elders it's just unthinkable. But you have to understand the NDC family because, like I said, since 1996, this is what you are seeing, the happiness.
Agriculture by adding agro-processing. Thank you for having me.
warning the government over the protocol nude of demonstration, which was the people were, and so most of the people of Sunyani Rimana, it's unprecedented flip for the ending. So I've been in the studio. Thank you too.
has declared the president with a percentage point of 56.55% as against Mr. Dr. to probably discuss it for the past 3 days for this month.
You know, comments coming in. If you look at this is one of their lowest, above 45%, even when they've lost the election. So this should be, you know, a point where.
Okay, so let's.
Says the analyst talking on post.
Latest. So now the results.
Is it high, please? Okay, that's the number.
That just came in.
It says their seat. If you did the right thing, then
that's actually.
I personally think that it's a moment for the country to, going down the route of the things system that we run in this country, and conceding very early on to actually come to the point where it makes the call. I don't remember us going into a declaration with 9 constituencies in the history of our country. A former president, after becoming a historic, for the first time in the history of our country, we are having Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman becoming vice president-elect. So many firsts for us to celebrate. I think we should focus on those things and more and less on, the things that threaten to divide us.
That's fair enough. We need to focus on those things. But of course, someone has won an election.
And another has lost.
A party has won an election. Get away from that.
I'll buy that.
But I think the celebration should to the point where capture, loot, not infuriate someone so that it gets. That's what I'm saying. So managing
a party has won an election. It's just right that and fair for them to actually celebrate within the laws that.
So for the first time, 1.6 million votes between former President Mahama and Dr. Bawumia. Never happened in the history of our country. Former President Jerry John Rawlings won 1996 with 57.4%. Former President Kufuor won the second round of the 2000 election, 56.96%. But that was a runoff election, so a two-legged race between the NDC and the NPP. So perhaps the dynamic not quite the same as this particular one. A victory for former President Kufuor, 52.45%. Nana Akufo-Addo 53, the 2020 elections, which was gloat period.
It's enough reason.
Still the woman.
Yes.
I mean, internationally.
Yes. First female vice president.
If former President Mahama had not won this election, that would have been it for him.
That would
have been it for him, and to have fun within. Sensitive from the, just as we've also been waiting because the Electoral Commission had office in Cantonment where that address will be taken. But let me start with Gloria.
This is Nana Kwame Bediako. He's saying that Ghana is and will our nation. Polling agents, he's been complaining about the fact that smaller political parties.
4,000. He had 4,000 polling agents.
He actually says he has.
At the polling stations.
No, he had them, so he needed accreditation
for them before they could be.
But then,
did he meet the deadline? 40,000 polling stations. Even if he had 4,000.
No, but I mean, this is the first time.
If he has one, and they need accreditation, my question is: did he send a list, and within have to,
register
better information to?
And then couldn't get accreditation.
Of previous elections,
I think he got 85,000. 84,000 votes plus.
Yes.
Representing 0.75%.
Yes.
So
rejected ballots.
Okay.
So he made some strides in there.
And this is also some 10 hours ago. The Tolon DC, Mr. Fuseni Salifu, Isifu Moshi has been on voting day.
And how quick she was to say, listen, let me take that again. And going back to say 6 million and then starting. And she said the entire figure, went back and said, and let me repeat.
In terms of voter turnout. So of the 18.7 million people who registered and will not go to vote.
In my grandmother's defense, she passed away.
It was just not, these are just not the issue strongholds. If you go to the Ashanti region, look at the data, a good number of voters in the Ashanti region did not turn up, and many strongholds of the NPP.
Marketing strategies this morning, whether the low turnout worked to the advantage of the NDC, and he said not necessarily because it's massively for them. For the 62% of things.
Okay.
One.
Okay. Remember what you said, Maurice.
We said
the NPP won.
If the NPP won,
would have won the election. That's what you said.
From the data and from the trend, all things being equal, 30%.
We do that. We also have to take the fact that still on the polls, the pollsters, especially Global Info Analytics, told us categorically that this election may defy all history and it may defy all trends, and we may actually, 5 days.
Accusations flying here.
Maurice, share what you're seeing with us.
I mean, if someone sent a message in the morning due to what he or she has heard, it's not really.
Oh, we heard the scenes from
Musa Dankwa is feeling currently. I mean, he's one person who received a lot of bashing from the polls he did.
Vindication, relief.
It's just being very humble. The usual Ghanaian attributes, which sometimes I think is unnecessary. Because listen, if you've done what you've done,
for me, revealed that he actually understood what he was doing. He was on the ground.
Yeah.
He was giving us analysis of the Dome Kwabena constituency, and because I come from that constituency, all the things that he was saying, I could relate. Reasons why during the polling process he was confident that Dome Kwabena was going to flip. I mean, I could relate. The developmental issues. So we have the strongholds within Dome Kwabena. We have the stronghold of the MPP, and we have the stronghold of the NDC. Yes. I mean, if you go to the stronghold of the MPP, you see some level of development. Bogba area, which is also the scheme. Those were the reasons. So speaking to the electorate before the elections, those were the reasons why he thought that Dome Kwabena was going to flip. So I just got the feeling that this guy actually understood.
One person, I think a reporter was speaking to Ewutu Senya, and when people come on and they were talking about how sure the way of their voting to be done.
In contention, despite widespread figures going round that the NDC's candidate took that seat. And also same in Ewutu Senya East, where the former Fisheries and Aquaculture Minister Hawa Kumsin is largely flagged list, and they include, perhaps the rest of you will fill me in, Ewutu Senya East, Isawam Adwejuria, Kwetia, Dome Kwabena, Suhum, Dome Kwabena.
There's a message coming from the president for Burkina Faso, that's Captain Ibrahim Touari. In the presidential election, the sister republic of Ghana will see the strengthening of countries, and that's together Captain Touari, and this is coming from him. And Ghana happens to be among, I think, 4 other African countries that so far we've seen opposition lead corruption.
Bread and butter issue.
So look at these countries, that's with very resounding victory. And the projection is that this wave might continue in 2025, because there are some other African countries also. With some African countries, it might continue. It's still in there, but at least they lost some votes in there.
I think that COVID-19 has actually... No, COVID-19...
didn't affect Cote d'Ivoire.
Every economy across the globe was dire. Our fundamentals were not too solid. It worsened the situation. So COVID-19 had an impact on almost every economy in the world. And so COVID-19, which has worsened cost of living, is one of the reasons why we're seeing a lot of governments lose power.
Ladies and gentlemen, shall we all remain standing? Shall we rise to our feet? His Excellency is here, accompanied by the Vice President-elect.
President-elect, Mr. John Dramani Mahama. We are seeing that he's just arrived at the office premises, and he's yet to be ushered in to deliver his speech, his concession speech. Victory speech. I mean, you can concede back to the NDC party cantonment office to listen to the president-elect to tell us what he has, what plans he has for the nation, probably to also caution his supporters or the NDC destroying public property.
All right, so we'll be monitoring this. What is actually waiting for and see how best we can all move forward after everything has been said and done with his victory speech. So if you just joined from the office of who's expected to the Electoral Commission, and is going to lead this country for the next. So we are still awaiting those address of victory. President Nana Addo when he was also declared, you recall exactly what happened. His address and all that at his residence that evening.
The Nima residence.
Yes, the Nima residence. Yes.
Solemn moment, and we heard about the plans, especially when he implemented a lot of the promises in meetings around planting for food. Highlight their plans for the next term, which term of his presidency, and another camp tells us that the first round that President Akufo-Addo wins the truth, the winning team as we have today. No doubt the president-elect will also acknowledge the teaming numbers that the party has amassed in Parliament.
From the regions he's won, I mean, expectations will be so high to transform the economy, to provide jobs, to address their bread and butter issues, address corruption, and probably put those who are found foul of the law behind bars and retrieve monies that have been stolen from the state. Allegedly. I mean, some cases. Allegedly, in some cases. You know, you get to say.
Well, the results actually shows two things.
Yeah.
The first one is the verdict on the current administration's that the new administration is actually going to have.
Yes. I'm almost afraid of the burden.
So yes. So if over 1 million votes, that's around 1.6 million, be any excuse.
Yes. Yes.
To make your governance
smoother without any frustration
that would disturb you. You're not going to have
touch wood, COVID
and all that. 3 parliaments too. So can also
okay.
We acknowledge you, former Deputy Chief Director. We recognize your presence. We recognize the presence of Molufu Swampofo, elders and members of the political parties, Chief Officer of the great NDC, our General Secretary. We also recognize specially the presence of our National Chairman, General Mosquito. We recognize the presence of all dignitaries on the ticket of the great NDC. We acknowledge your presence. At this stage, we begin. And to the victory we are celebrating today. Come to the microphone. This man went to all the 200 for him as he climbed the stage. Thank you. Shall we all remain silent?
Your Excellency, Your Excellency, John Dramani Mahama, Professor Dewey Mahama, and there will be no space for long speeches at all. So I've just come here to thank all of you and thank the foot soldiers of this party, the constituency, the national executive chiefs of the National Democratic Congress. As I said in Medina some 3 days ago, I believe that the party has never seen this level of total mobilization. The battle has ended. And the great elephant has been slaughtered. special commendation who managed this election, the directors of the role in managing, to be modest in our celebrations, because I can almost feel the weight of responsibility on our shoulders. Acts of national risk that we have. We cannot afford to disappoint them. So in the coming weeks, let us try and cut short our celebrations and begin planning. And may God bless our homeland.
Thank you, General. A round of applause. It is now time for a woman of valor. The first, excellent, Opoku. The women here, let me hear your shout. A great day for Ghanaian women. Yes. Give it up to our mother again, Professor.
Myself or even back. And I want to thank all of you for the good wishes and for bringing all of us much. Thank you very much for everything you have done. And whatever you did, as our chairman has said, as we journey together, we need to realize that we have to move forward also together. Again, I want to thank you. No one, and we know it will happen. It means all of us are on board. The victory is for all of us, but especially for our daughters. And cold will disappear too. I intend to travel this journey by myself, and we are demonstrating it in many ways. And it doesn't end there. Hold the door. The method of holding the door open is what I'm implying. Empowers others. Very well. Whether we are NDC, come along. Thank you. Blessings on our country. I wish blessings on those is to be good to another person.
You can do better than that. Thank you. We've gotten to the moment we've all been waiting for. Our next speaker, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who has served this nation throughout his life. A man who served as president of the Republic of Ghana between 2012 and 2016. Some even mocked him and said he is the only person to have become a one-term president. The presidency again, chief cornerstone. We call him the nation builder. Ghana, we want together. And shouts of the flag bearer and the leader of the great NDC, the president-elect of the great place of God. He will be sworn in as the 6th president of the Republic of Ghana. His Excellency, 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 of the Republic of our unity. First Lady, our mother.
Ahead of us, a person of the Electoral Commission, winner of the 2024 presidential election. I give thanks and praise to the Almighty God, because this successful outcome can only be the doing of the Lord. I'd like to thank the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, for his statesmanship in conceding concession large elections such as this. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. To me, we are Wednesday, the 11th, of regards to him and expressed in the best interest of the Ghanaian people. Today, by the electoral class leader, and people. I thank all Ghanaians, despite the severe crisis, our parliamentary candidates. I have a legion of begin again by thanking the Almighty God serving us. Through also give thanks to God for obviously of my enemies and thanks and through all these difficult times on these gloomy occasions. I'd like to thank Nana Opoku-Agyeman for being your decency thing at the nations across this continent and for many other women. Becomes synonymous opportunity for many can today celebrate the first woman as vice president and dedicated staff. To my campaign team members, who cannot thank you enough, of the National Democratic Congress, our able General Secretary, Fifi Fiavikwete, and our general membership to this cause, and your willingness to all the religious appropriate time, I acknowledge them individually. To all the religious leaders who prayed for me, to all the prophets who prophesied my victory, professional groups, we continually received me across the country, and to the media, to you all, I say a big thank you. Our international observers, the warmest wishes, which represents many things for all political actors and those who seek to lead our nation. It shows that the Ghanaian people have little tolerance for bad governance, particularly of the sort witnessed in the last 8 years. And that these 8 years have witnessed some of the darkest periods of our governance. The crisis our beloved country, Haiti, which may take some time, constant reminder of our people and govern with sisters, set it, citizens and elected officials to represent their wishes. We would be in the next 4 years. The journey is not going to be easy to an abyss. To build the Ghana, we intend to work together to restore the shattered confidence in our politics and governance system. For a new beginning, please set the tone for the new direction in which we'll be traveling. My brothers and sisters, I want those words, my brothers and sisters, to be a reminder to all of you, a reminder to me, and to every individual who has just been elected or re-elected, that no matter one thing we share in common is we want a Ghana that works the well-being of all her citizens and affords them each the ability to live a life of dignity, a life of limitless opportunity. My brothers and sisters, from the Kaya you to the managing security personnel, nurses, doctors, the pastors, the drivers, the tailors and seamstresses of this country. Our nation's greatest resource, family, of a resource-rich country that this is our home, die here. We must be a culture that was handled through the 24-hour. Our most basic needs, food and clean water, safe work and fair wages. My brothers and sisters, it is with tremendous humility that I accept this clear mandate. Every vote that was also carried a hope in that will carry the weight, because every victory is a victory for the people, all of the people. Each time we have free and fair elections and then conduct a smooth transfer of power, an aberration. It is not by accident that we were the first nation, the first black person to serve. Not by accident that so many Ghanaians out there in the world are blazing new trails and being recognized as leaders, and will continue to be a mind when God is with us too. For this opportunity once more. I know that many of you are feeling frustrated and angry. There have been reports of acts of vandalism at some government facilities and installations. I urge you not to vent your frustration into the positive enterprise of resetting and rebuilding our nation. Liberation for the weight of office will be an onerous one. Expectations of Ghanaians are very high, and we cannot afford to fail them. Let us maintain and even magnify this joy and positivity that we feel. We have arrived at this moment because but it is also already in process. Let us continue to believe that we are already moving towards the Ghana we want, the Ghana of our hopes and dreams. And in this Ghana where we have turned a new chapter, our best days are ahead of us. Forward ever, backwards never. May bless all of you.
Give it up, give it up, give it up to His Excellency. Let's give our best all the way up to us. Let's remember. in perfect peace. Takes leave, but he has told us to be very brief. By Nasi. So we want to dance. Give us Queen Queen. Fathers and mothers have left, so give us Queen Queen. After Queen Queen. Jumapa, Gunim.
Was their victory speech from the president. Period will start anytime statement for us. Motiti.
And the statement that's signed by Eugene Ahin, who's the Director of Communications Office of the President, reads, further to this evening's official declaration by the Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Mrs. Jean Mensah, of the results of the 2024 presidential election on the decisive seamless transfer of power and goal. It goes on to say the president also enduring strength of Ghana's democracy, that the democratic process in Ghana remains credible and peaceful. President Akufo-Addo calls on all Ghanaians to unite and work together to consolidate. Has invited the president transition process. He remains strengthening Ghana's reputation as a Ghana and make her great and strong.
All right, thank you very much, Maltiti, and that's a wrap.
Ghanaians have spoken, and we brought you every moment of that.
Thank you for trusting the public service broadcaster to guide you through this pivotal
history, and it's been on this path via our regional correspondents and also our regional offices.
The polls have closed, the results are in, and we leave you with a sense of not too proud moments.
But we expected, yes, we can say, see you for trusting us for all.
Good night. And thank you for...
Follow us on our social media handles.
Facebook at concerns to people who are exposed to very high levels of emissions from vehicles. And that's why the authority is collaborating with the Environmental Protection Agency to implement emission reforms in this country. Currently, of these reforms. Once that is done, when vehicles that will go for roadworthy checks, roadworthy examination and certificate is not beyond what the law stipulates. The idea behind that, as I mentioned in the beginning, is to ensure that we operate under conditions of safety, optimal conditions of safety for all categories of road users. And so when the vehicle can go in, this will encourage the general public.
What does the DVLA look out for in issuing roadworthy certificates to drivers?
You conduct your roadworthy examination. The next renewal date, the roadworthy expires, and that obviously is the same date you need to renew your roadworthy, encourage you to do. And when it's 6 months, your renewal is conducted to deliver on safety and security for the general. The sticker is only an indication that you have successfully gone through the process, and the examination will reveal areas around your brakes, your lights, your steering, etc. All areas that could impact negatively on safety when the vehicle is in operation. These areas are all examined, and until all vehicle owners, whether for private use or commercial purposes, to comply with the roadworthy regime, to examine their vehicles every 6 months for commercial vehicles and every year for private vehicles. The DVLA has an enforcement and compliance unit. Their mandate is to ensure that there is compliance with the authorities' services and products. To do their work, they collaborate effectively with the police, and they conduct random road checks at selected places, strategic locations, in collaboration with the police to check for vehicle registration, roadworthy certificate. And so when you see the team within the road environment, I would again encourage you to comply when they stop you to check your driver license or the vehicle document. This is an important step. Ensure that the drivers who hold light vehicle, that they are licensed to drive. In addition to that, the authority is engaging with our partners in the media to conduct education to ensure that everyone out there who intends to apply for a driver's license to them, either for employment or to the bank for any kind of transaction, that they have to engage in. And so the enforcement and compliance team and other law enforcement agencies to ensure drivers are not operating within.
He also commented on vehicles with fake certificates.
Once again, as I mentioned earlier, as you may be aware, the authority is going through a series of transformations. And one of the things you probably have heard about is our digitization efforts, where we are converting all manual processes into automated systems. And that also will enable us to collect and keep critical and relevant data as is contained in our mandate. So the digitization is to also speed up our services, and the services we are currently offering on timely basis is partly due to the digitization that we have undertaken. And so this is to inform you about these changes in the authority and to assure you of the better public to comply with the licensing, ensure that the vehicle goes for the roadworthy examination every 6 months. And if you have a private vehicle, ensure that you deliver your vehicle to the testing stations for that examination every year. And if you have a license, if you flip the license to the other side, supposed to ensure that you come, advice will be given to you. Different competence levels, and you need to be tolerant and encourage all people who are within the road environment to so ensure that you do not drive beyond your own competence level. There are people which we do not encourage. No road is the same all the time. Road environment, and pay attention. I hope you would leave home and return safely.
The MTTU of the Ghana Police Service also plays a major role in cracking down these offending drivers.
Vehicles with exhaust fume waste that will emit exhaust fume, which may cause hazard or annoyance, that is the word annoyance, to other road users. If anybody does so, he goes contrary to the law and therefore he commits an offense. The person is processed and sent to the court. Whatever be the outcome of the court, the person will not be allowed to normally leave them to drive. It is still going to that person is going. Sometimes the difficulties that we find is that if the vehicle have loaded people somewhere half the way, you cannot just tell them that they should all get down or this and arrested within the metropolis. You bring the vehicle to the yard, impound it, and then the person is the towing vehicle, normally towing it out to listen. The advice I have for these owners or drivers who kill, every 6 months, you need to send it to the DVLA for them to examine the vehicle well for you. If it is anything that it may not be the whole vehicle, it may not be the fact that the whole vehicle is faulty. Maybe some part of the mechanism will be, or some mechanism may be at fault. You send it for repairs and you will get, there is a punitive action somewhere waiting for you.
Hall, Chiamo, the lovely, the predictions you sent to 57. Some, hey, balls immediately, and then we'll get into action. Put your hands together for the high table. Very much, without wasting time. Alpha Monday, single, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, last black ball, orange zone 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, area 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, danger zone, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, all for Monday, 90. Yes, we have all the balls in the column. Madam walks the money. Very first finger for all for Monday. Yes, and 39, 39. Second finger. Blue Panther. 43. 4, 3. Still with the orange flavor. Third finger. Christmas is around the corner. Okay. And there's a color change here. Wababa said 14. 1, 4. Last but one finger. Last but one finger. 52. 5, 2. Last finger. Dogby. Cho. Enyea. Agbaragba vicho baragba nyafu enyea. 47. 4, 7. 39. 39. 43. 4, 3. 40. 1, 4. 52. 5, 2. And 47. 4, 7. Let's take it one. 52, 5, 2, and 47, 4, 7. Time for us to domesticate our winning numbers, and without wasting time, La Big Lotto Man.
Yes.
Remember official part in advance.
Yeah, that was
Me Pauchopi 39.
Ediasan Enkono
43.
Edianai Miensa
40.
9.
52.
Edionum Mieno
47.
Edianai Son
Ebeye 39. Enunio 14.
Do N9.
Ebeni saying 52.
Edionum Mieno
47.
Edianai Enson.
Mama official part in advance. Fiai
Afame.
Medekuku Miele. Medekuku 39.
La t'envoie sieke.
43.
La ne votant.
14.
Vienne.
52.
La t'envoie ve.
Bla 47.
La ne voit dre.
Medekuku 39.
La t'envoie sieke.
43.
La ne votant.
14.
Vienne.
52.
La t'envoie ve.
Bla 47.
La ne voit dre.
Ah, but now. Tra, Omani Ablao.
Yao.
O fine.
Eje.
O fine 52.
Nyuma enumo kenyo.
O fine Kemi Shishi 47.
Nyuma eje kekpao.
O fine Wako Eko. O fine 39.
Nyuma eteke nehu.
O fine 43.
Nyuma eje kete.
O fine 14.
Nyuma kome keje.
O fine 52.
Nyuma enumo kenyo.
And most M1 avec 14.
14.
52.
52.
47.
47.
Répétez. 39.
39.
43.
43.
14.
14.
52.
52.
47.
47.
Merci all for Monday. Don't forget that if you're looking for a POS machine and you are in Kumasi, the numbers you'd have to call 030-23 4766. Hohoy 055 058 7433. Ta Malay 024 059 8595. Takwa 050 406 2836. Sunyani 053 252 9456 or 054 991 4214. Takoradi 024 294 2897. And don't forget, the poverty alleviation code still remains star 896 hash. Well, winner on our Facebook page, Mumuni Wumbe. You won the first predicted number 39, so you pass by the offices of Alpha Lotto of Wumbe Mumuni. Congratulations, pick up your prize anytime. Machine numbers have arrived, and I see a 13, I see an 83, 45, 13, 83, 83, 45, 45, 23, 23, and 16, 1, 39, 43, 14, 52, and 47. And once again, to the winner of the prediction segment, Wumbe Mumuni. Please pick up your prize anytime from the offices of Alpha Lotto. Check out time for us right now. Winning numbers once again, 39, 43, 14, 52, and 47. Machine numbers 13, 83, 45, 23, and I'll be 16, 16. Big thank you to the High Table as usual production team. Lovely audience out there. Tomorrow, we're still making money. 24/7 Alpha Lotto. Every day of the week, we do have a game for you. To the High Table once again, Merry Christmas in advance. Wafa. Until we meet again tomorrow, good evening and good night.
GTV, the authentic and trusted voice of Ghana.
Meet Kwame. He's not just any Kwame. He's Kwame the TV license legend. Kwame, and he's making a real difference. Kwame's contribution helps bring our communities closer together. Because of Kwame and others like him, we will all have access to amazing TV programs, educational content, plus broadcasting infrastructures are maintained and our culture is beautifully promoted. So GBC is asking all to respond to this civic obligation and pay your TV license fee, meaning 2 or more in your household. It's 60 cedis per year. For commercial institutions, it's your number of TV sets by 36 cedis per year, and you pay the invoiced amount directly to GBC. So let's all take a moment to appreciate Kwame, the TV license legend. Wherever you are, just dial star 447 star 333 hash and follow the prompt. It's your civic duty, so pay your TV license today. GBC, the authentic and trusted voice of Ghana.
Hi, this is GBC Client Service.
Hello, thank you for calling.
GBC provides you the platform to amplify your brand reach. When you advertise on our 7 TV channels
and 18 regional and district radio stations across the country,
please reach our sales department at sales@gbcghanaonline.com and telephone numbers 0303 959604 and 0303 959605.
For all customer care issues, reach us by email care@gbcghanaonline.com and on telephone 0306.
GBC, still the most authentic voice.
Good morning.
morning.
It's a good morning, and we serve you breakfast.
Not just any breakfast.
Sizzling helping.
And there's much more on offer on GTV Breakfast.
So what's your pleasure than Votrasia at that time of the morning?
You want it served buffet style, complimentary breakfast?
On-site restaurant?
Or room service?
We've got you covered.
From Monday to Friday at 6 a.m.
With a trusted team.
So never skip breakfast.
On GTV Breakfast.
We are constantly working to improve our services, and we would like to know
your thoughts about our programming and what areas you could improve upon.
We benefit most from your sincere and honest opinion.
Send us your feedback via email on feedback@gbcghanaonline.com and via telephone and WhatsApp number 030-395-9605.
GBC.
This is Ghana and its vibrant cities, the people, the history, the values, the assets, the opportunities, the future. Yet we see everyday challenges in managing our urban spaces and accessing essential services such as shelter, water supply, sanitation and sewerage, transportation, among many others. Tired of seeing your neighborhoods flooded every rainy season? Frustrated with waste management in your locality? Concerned about the rising slum areas and the attendant poor living conditions, or threatened by the growing number of buildings on waterways and mountainous areas such as Abri and Waja? Every Tuesday, Public Concern on Every Tuesday will not just be another talk show, but a platform for resolving all challenging issues confronting Ghana's towns and cities. Each week, we'll bring you insightful discussions on challenges our urban dwellers face, expert contributions, success stories from indigenous knowledge, experiences from other cities, and most importantly, offer viewers the opportunity to share concerns and how they can be resolved collectively. Public Concern every Tuesday at 8 p.m. on GTV. Public Concern, the urban agenda.
Lawrence, where can you find the Whistling Rocks of Tongo?
The Upper East region.
It is the Upper East region. The Karimbu quiz is back on your screens beginning at 10 a.m. on Saturday, December 21st. Karimbu is a spectacular quiz show that is all about Ghana and Africa. Everyone wins money in Karimbu, but who will win the ultimate 5,000 cedis? Will it be Justice, Prince, or Wilhelmina? Or could it be Yemo, Nyakua, Fortune, or Edith? In which region can you find Fort Metal Cross? What is the currency used in Botswana? The questions are challenging, but Norte, Mary, Queen Star, and Beatrice could tell you. So could Obed, Faisal, Joseph, and Esther, for they are smart, love Ghana and Africa, and are poised to win handsome prizes. We'll see if Ya, Diane, Emily, and Jessie can answer the questions, as well as Reginald and Benedicta. Beginning on December 21st, join us at 10 a.m. on Saturdays for Karimbu, the scintillating and sizzling Africa quiz banter. Karimbu, everybody is a winner.
Hello, good evening. For God and country have we worked. For God and country have we served.
for God of our national life, and the dust has settled as we forge ahead as one nation with a common destiny. We must work as one, irrespective of our differences, to weave that beautiful tapestry with different parts to build our country. Good evening and welcome to GBC News and GTV. It's time for the news. My name is Shirley Annan. The Electoral Commission has declared Mr. John Dramani Mahama winner of the 2024 presidential election. The 2024 flag bearer of 97 votes, which constitutes 56.55%. The chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Madam Jean Mensah, said the commission undertook several measures to ensure that the 2024 election was conducted in a free, fair, credible and transparent manner so that the outcome would be acceptable to all Ghanaians.
Of the NPP obtained 4,657,304, being 41.61%. Daniel Augustus Latte Jr. of the GCPP of Christian Kwabena Andrews of the Ghana Union Movement obtained 16,461, being 0.15%. 0.09%. Mohamed Frimpong of the National Democratic Party obtained 4,413, being 0.04%. Nana Akosua Frimpong of the CPP obtained 23,397, being 0.21%. Mr. John Dramani Mahama of the NDC obtained 6,328,000.55%. Mr. Hassan Ayariga of the APC obtained 17,461, being 0.16%. Mr. Kofi Kranting, independent candidate, obtained 3,320, being 0.03%, being 0.02%. Nana Kwame Biediaku, independent candidate, obtained 84,478, being 0.05%. Mr. Alan Kojo Tremanting, independent candidate, obtained 31,202, being just add up to 11,191,422. Total rejected votes 239,109. Total votes cast 11,430,531. It's important to mention 174,159. And the percentage voter turnout based on the 60.9%, based on the 209 constituencies whose results we are yet to receive. I have the singular honor as the returning officer of the 2024 presidential election to declare His Excellency John Dramani Mahama as the winner of the 2024 presidential election and the President-elect of the Republic of Ghana. It is finished. Thank you very much.
In his victory, the results show an emphatic victory in the history of willing to take decisive action at critical moments when it matters most. He said the mandate serves as a constant remembrance. Mr. Mahama said there was much to do to salvage the country and reset it.
We must never
to represent their wishes, initiating important governance to reset our nation. Easy, my brothers and sisters, because the outgoing government has plunged our dear nation into an abyss. However, we are determined to work together with you to win the battle. We intend to work together to restore the shattered confidence in our politics and governance system. This election and its outcome represents an opportunity for a new beginning as we can begin to write a new chapter of our collective story. We need to consciously set the tone for the new direction in which we'll be traveling. My brothers and sisters, I want those words, my brothers and sisters, to be a reminder to all of you, a reminder to me, and to every individual who has just been elected or re-elected, that no matter what office you hold, no matter what your political affiliation is or has been in the past, a much better Ghana. We want a Ghana that works for everybody and not just a few people. We want a Ghana that considers the well-being of all her citizens and affords them each the ability to live a life of dignity, a life of limitless opportunity. To the managing director, to the market women, the bankers, the teachers, security personnel, nurses, doctors, the pastors, the drivers, the tailors and seamstresses, we are all essential to the functioning and forward motion of this country. Are in fact our nation's greatest resource, or for one family of resilient and resource-rich country. This is our and to die here. We must be able to love, to dream, to laugh, to eat and dance and drum and share all aspects of our culture and well-paying jobs through the 24-hour must be met. Affordable housing and health care, food and clean water, safe work and fair wages. Humility that I accept this clear mandate that you, the good people of Ghana, have given me to lead this great nation as your next president. Carry the same weight. Every vote also that I will ask, whether you voted for me or not. Each time we have free and fair history of leadership, Ghana has been and have every reason to be. And Africa rises with us too. Last but certainly not the least, I'd like to thank our feeling frustrated and angry. There have been. I urge you, anger and frustration.
Meanwhile, the first female vice president-elect of the Republic of Ghana, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, has underlined the contribution of women in society's development. Speaking during the party's victory speech gathering in Accra, Professor Opoku-Agyeman reiterated the need for gender equality in political leadership to contribute meaningfully to nation.
My job was to have opened the door, and it doesn't end there. Actually, that is where the work began. I will hold the door open. The method of holding the door open so others wish to travel that door is what I'm implying.
Also, the 2024 presidential election, Mahama, to congratulate him commitment to ensuring as president-elect and his team to realize people for a successful election, acknowledges the commitment and participation of all stakeholders who have ensured the democratic process in Ghana remains credible and peaceful. President Akufo-Addo called on all Ghanaians to unite and work together to consolidate democracy and the rule of law in our country. The spirit of collaboration, the president invited the president-elect for remains the beacon of democracy in Africa. Hundreds of NDC loyalists hit the streets of Odudu as winner of the 7th December polls.
I'm selling the elephant, so I'm taking the elephant. Nibin water war, I go for Nye Fiao. And yet, money won't town a bar, one in Weba. Nibin Dalewa, and Nibin Dalewa, when I go in 1 or 10 back and it's vanity.
May be free, go to do. I have said, I should go there. I am an MP. Yan, then to my day. You have to do Yaman Basa. And the amount for the brace, and I am in through. I have a Niso, by a Paso. The Pasco, it's not too much. I have a part of the money, Mamma Swaban. Yanim say, Nakokan who quite there. Or by a Juma, on the 2nd January, Swana. More than 4 years, 8 years. She got to my where do my crown?
Why be that? But Mama, the way Mama come 2024 to be the president there, Talent in Ghana, I greet everybody.
The atmosphere was charged at the declaration of former President John Mahama as winner of Saturday's presidential election.
Yes, actually, we were waiting for the results from the EC since yesterday, and then we are overwhelmed concerning how the vice president came out and then bring out that John Mahama is a winner, and he has shown a very good example of Islam, like Muslim, that is really a peace maker. And we all the Muslims are happy with what he has done. And also we will give good goals to John Mahama. And one thing happened, the youth fought for him, and the youth are suffering. That's why the youth came out with more effort to vote for him to know that they really have seen what he has done from the beginning. So we are...
So this is current reactions from Ayaso East, and that is Nima, one of the strongholds of the NDC. As you can see behind me, there's a lot of jubilations ongoing by both citizens of the constituency, members of the party as well. We've spoken to some of the residents who are telling us how they feel, and they're also sharing with us some of the things they want the president-elect, John Dramani Mahama, to do for them.
Live on GBC News, your news and governance channel. Independent presidential candidate and leader of the New Force movement, Nana Kwame Bediako, has congratulated President-elect John Mahama on his victory. While pledging his support for Mr. Mahama, Nana Kwame Bediako praised the President-elect for his contributions to the development of Ghana, emphasizing the trust and confidence Ghanaians have placed in him. He was speaking at a news conference in Accra.
Whenever we elect a leader by demonstrating it in a peaceful way, it's taking John Dramani the difficulties that he turned to develop a lot that has amounted to remembered him again, to re-elect him. And for this reason, apart from his as a party, have stood up for the nation, and they've worked hard, and they have gained the people's support. I am here to President-elect His Excellency John Dramani Mahama in any ways that I can, and I suppose you should feel the same way too. Let's come together. I believe that together we can move forward.
Dramani Mahama and the 15 members of Parliament elect transition. Our Upper East Regional correspondent Peter Agengre attended the press briefing in Bolgatanga.
Prime Minister Dr. Hafiz bin Salih to address us antis. Dr. Hafiz bin Salih, and especially in the Boko area successfully, and he is hoping to have
that members of the various political parties their campaign cancelled in the Upper East region peacefully across. So many people who before in Boko. That was not the case. The elections went on peacefully in all 15 constituencies.
So from the Upper East